So my last video was back in March, and that's when I gave my big news and I gave a big update on my health. And I did say I was going to be journaling this or vlogging, and I failed in that. After that video, I had a couple of flares with my autoimmune with the Sjogrens, and it was pretty bad. And I was dealing with different issues, health issues that I was going through. And every time I wanted to put up a video, I just like, it's so hard for me to find lighting and the perfect place to sit, struggling with the eyeglasses and everything. And having the energy fatigue was really hard. Anyways, enough with excuses. This is something that I wanted to do, so I need to stick to it. And so today is already December. We're at the end of 2020. As everyone else has been struggling with things, we went through aside from the flares, trying to struggle to find even toilet paper was a big deal for a little bit there on the first stay-in order that we had. Today is December, I'm not even sure. Today's December 9th. And we just started this Sunday, I think it was, we started another stay-in order by the governor. And all the hospitals are at capacity for most of the counties in California. So that's affected that. There's a rise in COVID. So as you can imagine, the shelves are becoming bare again with basic essentials. So not to worry. Anyways, aside from that, craziness, there is update on my health. Like I said, I did experience two really terrible flares with my symptoms, and I dealt with that. And I had some new symptoms come up, issues come up, so I went back to the doctor, my primary. My primary sent me to an ENT and an ophthalmologist. I saw the ophthalmologist this past summer, end of July. September, I had a procedure done. So in July, I saw the ophthalmologist and was diagnosed with angle closure glaucoma on both my eyes and cataracts in both my eyes. September, I think it was, the following month. No, was it September? I don't know. I'm sorry. The brain fog is not funny. It's real. Anyways, I believe it was September. I had laser surgery on both my eyes for the glaucoma. And that now I don't have any issues with it. It doesn't hurt or anything like that. It's resolved. The first day was the worst, but the first 3 days were harsh. But the first day was really bad. I did remind him that I had Sjogren's, knows that I had Zika, just said to increase the lubricating eye drops as needed, and boy, did I need it. I was putting them in all day long, and to the point where it was really difficult the first 3 nights, especially the first night. I think the surgery really aggravated the dryness of my eyes, and I couldn't sleep. I was getting up all night long, putting drops. I didn't have those ones that are more specifically for nighttime, like the gel one, because I didn't know it was going to be that big a deal, that it was going to put me into such a terrible dryness. But after that, it was fine. And I do need to go back and get a new eye prescription. The cataracts, I will need surgery eventually, but he said that right now it's just a wait and watch type thing. It's not affecting my vision. The cataracts are not clouding over or anything like that. It's the beginning stages. So good thing about that. As far as my Sjogren's, the first thing I did after I found out the diagnosis, the doctor didn't tell me anything. The rheumatologist I saw was actually not even an MD, it's a PA. And I don't know if she doesn't have any knowledge or experience with Sjogren's because she didn't even explain to me what it was. I went home and did my own research. I found the Sjogren's Foundation and started taking advantage of that and learning as much as I could, educating myself. So the first thing I did, this was back in March, or yes, April, I started the AIP, which is the autoimmune protocol. It's a special way of eating. They, you have a long list of foods that cause inflammation and the things that help that are anti-inflammatories. So I followed that and I started intermittent fasting and made a huge difference. It took a while because, like I said, I went through those. I actually started those two protocols after my first flare, which was pretty bad. And then I said, no, I got to take control of this and go as natural as I can, do as much as I can. Um, like with the Sjogren's, they did put me on the prednisone, and it was pretty bad. I didn't like it. I gained weight. Um, I have videos on that. I'll elaborate more on that. I just want to do a quick one today because I'm feeling nauseous. And so just want to give you like an update, a quick update. And I'm going to start doing videos and going, trying to touch on all these things that have happened and get caught up since March. So one of the other things that's new and that I'm going to be talking more about later is I had to go back for my MRI. Remember the comparison that I had mentioned. So um, after the one that didn't show anything, I was having more symptoms. I started having really bad ear pain just on the left ear. Um, and after the prednisone, when I started the prednisone, it gave me horrible tinnitus or tinnitus, some people say, but it's the ringing in the ears, and it's a horrible thing. I have my daughter bought me both my daughters bought me two different kinds of headbands. It's a Bluetooth headband headphone, and I found a couple of really good videos on YouTube, and it's a recording. It's for tinnitus. It's to help with the sound, the blocking, and it really does help. It blocks out that ringing, and it's not a ringing. When I talk about people that have this will know it's this horrible high pitched squealing thing, and it just nonstop, just this high frequency note thing that's constantly, and it's hard to sleep. That's why they got me those headphones so I can sleep with it and block out that noise. Um, so those were that was from the prednisone, I believe. It's the only reason. But the other symptoms, the ear pain and everything. So I went to my primary and I was sent to the ENT. The ENT said, your ears are fine, there's nothing in there. But I did explain to him some of the things that was going on. I did tell him I did have an MRI and the issues with the lesion. And so he said, well, I'm going to order an MRI because your pain is not from your ear. So maybe it's something else going on. Maybe the lesion is back. Maybe it's bigger and it's causing issues. So thank goodness he took that initiative and was professional and thinking ahead and thinking of me. Ordered it. I did that in October, this past October, October 23rd, and the result was that there is a lesion and it's bigger than the one that they found in the ER. It's in the same area, it's in the sphenoid wing, and it's a 2.6 centimeter now. Initial one that they had found in the ER was 2.0 centimeters. So there is growth. So I just recently, actually just this past Monday, I went to the doctor, my new primary. Our insurance changed, so I had to change my primary physician. And that means that I'm going to, well, I thought I was going to have to see a new neurosurgeon, but thank God I don't have to change and start over again. I get to see the same neurosurgeon, and I'm waiting for the authorization to call and make an appointment for that. And I'm also going back to the rheumatologist because, yeah, those things haven't been resolved. So that's what's going on health wise. I am fine. I am staying positive. I got off of the AIP and the intermittent fasting. Um, I think I was just kind of overwhelmed with things. I started emotional eating, which is, I know, is bad. And then the holidays came and my birthday, so I really got way off track. And um, I'm back on it again. I started this week again. I'm eating as healthy as possible, and I already told my family if there's nothing healthy for me to eat, I will just have my smoothie and put good things in it. And I'll share that with you guys and what I do, what I put in it, and that's my meal replacement. So I'm waiting to see the neurosurgeon, and she also read the MRI that I had, found on my cervical spine. I have spondylosis, and I already have stenosis there, which is narrowing. Um, so want to make sure that that gets seen and addressed and taken care of. I don't know what's going to transpire with that. It's already moderate stenosis is showing on there. And so that explains the pain that I've been having in my upper back, my neck, and my shoulders. It's to the point where I have to take a break from simple things like washing dishes. I have a sink of dishes to do. I have to stop and go take a 5-minute break and then start over again. So the neck and the back is is getting much. I lose my words. That's frustrating. I know what I want to say, but I'm thankful. I have all these things going on, and diagnosis is diagnosis happening, which is kind of a good thing because I know what is wrong. I know what I'm dealing with, and I can address that and get to the root cause probably, or not just band-aid all the symptoms. I've said that before. I really don't go to the doctor to get a pill for this and a pill for that. And if, that's me personally. I'm not saying anything bad for people who have to depend on the medications and stuff. Um, I'm I'm very thankful that God has blessed me and helped me through this, through it all, and gives me the strength and heals me and takes care of me. And so I'm not scared or worried or anything. It's in His hands. I'm in His hands. And like I mentioned to someone, one of the support groups that I'm in, for the tumor, there's a support group there called Meningioma Mamas and Papas. There's not only women on there, but it's nice to be able to talk to people that have had the same diagnosis, which is basically a tumor on the sphenoid wing. And so because mine isn't in the brain, it's between the skull and the brain. There's a lining in there, and it's called the meninges, and it's not on the bone itself. It's not in my brain. It's in between those two. So they're called meningiomas. And so the group has been very supportive, very nice. The cold is affecting me. That's why I have this wonderful beanie that my daughter bought me. Um, I don't have to be outside in the cold, even just in the house. We don't use the heater in my house because it dries up our noses and our throats. Um, and I have asthmatic in the house. I have allergy sufferers, and it's a big house. This is a 5-bedroom house. So in order to have like a humidifier or whatever for everyone, it's just, so they use their own in their room for sleeping, but to have the heater on in the whole house is just, it's uncomfortable. So I have this, I wear a beanie um, all day long, and I have to wear a beanie at night. Um, so that's the newest thing. And as far as the cervical, the spondylosis, I just take breaks. I'm using the heating pad until I see the doctor and see what happens. So that's the gist of it. I didn't want to make this too long. I don't know how long this is already. Um, but um, just wanted to give you a quick update onto what's going on. And I'm good. Uh, it's a little overwhelming sometimes, only because I think of possibly having surgery, and the spondylosis progressing, or having an autoimmune. I don't always know what's going to trigger a flare, when I'm going to have a flare. I don't think about that, but on a daily, I'm just saying, some days I think about my family, and I don't want to be a burden on them. So I'm taking things day by day, and I'm still constantly educating myself, reading up, asking questions, researching. I'm on PubMed. I have a list of questions for the neurosurgeon and the rheumatologist. So we'll see what happens, and keep you updated. I'm going to be working on videos to be posting, and you can also follow me on Instagram. I post on there pretty regular. I'm on there as on Instagram as Hippie Abuela, just like my YouTube. So you can follow me on there, and I post more regularly and post pictures and stuff like that. So yeah, so look forward to your comments and suggestions if you have any. If you are dealing with any of these health issues, any books that you might recommend, I'd be really appreciative of that. So thank you for listening and following me, and God bless. Have a good day. Bye.